Hi guys, Sage here. There's been some questions that I've been getting about what type of yarn would be best as a beginner and how to start your crochet journey. So I decided to come on really quickly and give you guys some examples of how to start if you want to begin with me and the classes I'm going to be having mid-July. So first off, I suggest that you guys get a chunky yarn, which is a weight 5, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples of that, okay? So the first one we have is the Burnett Crushed Velvet. It's so pretty. Okay, and the way that you know it's a 5 is because this one says it really clearly for you. Weight 5, and if you look, it has a knitting needle and a crochet hook, and it tells you what size you should use, which is fine to use the number that it says, but we want to make this as easy as possible. So after I show you the yarns, I'll show you what hooks are best to use. Okay, so that's one example of a weight 5, and here's another one. Show you. All right. So in this case, it doesn't exactly say that it's a weight 5, but you know that it's not as thin as these weight 4 ones behind me, right? And it's okay if you experiment around a little bit, just as long as you get one that's about that thick. Another example is this one. See how thick that is? And it looks thicker than these, but the fibers are thinner, so when you crochet with it, it kind of flattens down and stretches out. Sorry, I lost one. And stretches out, right? So this one is another example of where it shows really clearly that that is a weight 5 there, and it shows you how to use it with needles and how to use it with a hook, what sizes, okay? And here's another one, velvet. Love velvet. So this one is another chunky black, and unfortunately it's not going to tell you if it's a 5 or what, but you know this is a 5 because it looks rather similar to these, right? And that's my example of the yarns. And then for the hooks, this is what I suggest, guys. So I think that the best hooks for you guys to start off with are from a 5, 6, and 7. But I'm asking you, as a beginner, to start off with these chunky yarns so you can see your stitches easier, and it's a little bit easier to build up and not get tangled up. So I would like you guys to get hooks that are a size 8 or 7. And that means you can get a 7, a 7.5, or an 8 hook. And the kind of hooks that you get are up to you. Quickly, let me explain different hooks. So, if you notice, this hook on the top is very pointed, right? You can see that. It being so pointed, it makes it really easy to get inside of those stitches so you don't have to wiggle your way in. This one is even more pointed. Look at the difference between the two, right? If you notice this one, even though it's very small, guys, it has a very round tip. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get your crochet needle inside, but you can do it. So there's lots of hooks that everybody wants to use, but I believe in budget if you're a beginner and I don't want you to spend a whole bunch of money. If you have hooks at home and they're already sizes that I mentioned, use that. Okay, so there are these Clover or More hooks. These work really, really good. Only thing is I think these are a little bit better for people that are advanced, and because it's very round and the little part that holds the yarn is kind of shallow, so it's going to jump out a lot. So I do suggest hooks that have deep curves like this, and you can pick those up from Smichaels or Smamazmon. Place an order. I don't suggest you guys go in there and try to figure out what size hook it is. I do kind of suggest you get some help and let them know what you're looking for. And if you want to move on to the next class, you can also pick up a size 5 or 6 for these, and you'll already have these in tow. But warning, the hook size that you start with is literally the kind of hooks that you kind of prefer as you start your crochet journey. So choose carefully. I do suggest finding something that's kind of pointy so it's easier to get inside of those holes. And I also advise you to start with a chunky yarn so that you can see those holes. Third, I suggest that if you are in the store, just experiment. It doesn't hurt. If you see a yarn that you like and that's your favorite color and that's what you want to make, just get it. Don't worry about if it's going to be a blanket or if it's going to be this. To have no expectations. Enjoy the ride with me. Just get some yarn that you think you would enjoy, and I will teach you how to do stuff with it. Okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to say, and I'm working on a schedule, and I will get back to you. I have a couple custom orders that I need to get done, and yeah, I had to take a time out and give you guys an update so you're well prepared if you go out to the store. If you need my help, leave questions in the comments, or if you find a yarn that you think you want to get and you want to know what my experience is with it, chances are I probably used it before. So just leave me some comments or questions and I can help you out along the way. All right, so Sage out. I will talk to you later. Bye.